What's good, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Fun with Dumb, my favorite day of the week, where I get to check in with my friends, avoid therapy in all possible ways by diving deep into the darkest corners of my soul.
Are we going deep?
I got a few things to get off my
got a
chest,
few
man. I got a
things-
couple things, you know what I mean?
You're starting off the whole
That
podcast.
sounded crazy. That sounded crazy.
Okay.
But I am here with
Yes.
one of my brother's longtime friend, Rick Lee. How you
Give me a
doing?
hold on. Let's switch. Give me an alternate introduction.
Wait, hold on. Before we start the episode,
Yeah.
I just want to shout out new merch at dumbfounded.com. We got these Koreatown jerseys. He's wearing the gray one right
Gray
now.
ones are
We've never
hard.
done that. We put Otani's number 17, one of the greatest baseball players ever. We got that in black, white, and gray. Maybe we'll throw up a photo right here. Is that cool? You
no,
can-
the gray
look
is
at that.
hard.
These Koreatown jerseys right in time for the holidays.
Right.
The holidays are coming up. I don't know if I'm going to restock, so make sure you cop them right now. I'm kidding. I am going to restock. All right, but they're limited. Make sure you go and get them right now. Anyways,
How you doing, buddy?
I'm good, man. I'm good. You know what?
Nah, I see it in your. There's a little shimmer in your eye right now.
Is there?
There's a little shimmer in your eye.
Okay, so I have something to get off my chest, and I'm just going to do it because I've been so honest on this pod.
First of all, don't ever self-proclaim that you're honest on anything, bro. I'm
Well-
so honest on this pod.
A lot of people know
Yeah.
I have been on a sober journey
Yeah.
for about a year and 9 months. It was heading
Almost
2
shy of
years.
2 years, yeah.
Almost shy of 2 years.
Yeah.
And a couple weeks ago, I was in New York City. I got trashed. I got wasted.
The apple will do that to you.
The Big Apple. I took a big bite of the Big Apple. A
Those-
huge bite
Yeah.
of the serpent's fruit. And yes, I got trashed.
Yeah.
And it was cool. It was okay. It was no biggie.
Wait, trashed? Like, okay.
I just drank a lot,
Mm.
you know. Here's the thing. The reason I dived into sobriety was it was everyday part of my life since I was a teenager.
Yeah.
You know, alcoholism has been in my family for a really long time. So I was drinking a lot, and that lifestyle really got a hold of me, and it really tired me out. And I got exhausted from doing that every night. Decided to go sober. It was really tough the first few months,
Yeah.
but really got adjusted to the lifestyle. A couple weeks ago, I'm in New York City. I'm with my friends, a bunch of bros, 6 of us. You know, it's like Sex in the City, but the guy version.
Right,
You know
right.
what I mean? And
Just
we were
painting the town
we were
red. huh?
painting the town Asian
Yeah.
glow red. You know what I mean? And I decided to have a drink, and it was
Yeah.
cool, you know. But then the problem with that is I get back into the routine of doing that. You know, I
Yeah.
come back into town, I'm doing it more and more. 2 nights ago, I felt like I just hit the peak going back to that lifestyle. I got wasted till like 5 in the
Debauchery town
morning.
a little bit,
5 in the morning, just wasted.
Right. I mean, obviously, I'm not an advocate of that, and you know, like I don't want to glorify getting getting messed up.
Getting fucked.
But let's let's talk about it briefly. How did it feel, though, bro? Did it feel great? Like that drink back?
I think I struggle with it because also a lot of my friends think that I'm actually more fun when I'm drinking, and I kind of agree with them.
Yeah.
You know, I just don't think twice about what I'm saying. It's
Right.
but I'm in good spirits. I'm not a negative person. If anything, I'm more negative when I'm sober. You know,
I mean, come on, that's the universal truth. A lot of people socially drink because it takes the inhibitions away, kind of curves things out. You know what I mean?
but here's the thing: I don't think people are getting the best version of me when I am hungover.
Right.
A few days that follow, the week that follows from that night of debauchery.
Yeah.
So to me, it's a bigger loss because the people who count on me and all these people who I work with on a daily aren't getting the best version of me and during that.
you talk about the remnants.
But
the
while I'm getting
aftermath.
drunk, they're getting
yeah, they're getting.
they're getting lit dumb. You know, so
Did you have a feeling like this house of cards that you built kind of got toppled over a little bit? Like, did
I got
that
scared. You know, I got scared just because of that.
see Bobby's face?
I actually called Bobby.
Oh wow.
I don't have a sponsor. Like, you know, I was going to AA a lot.
Yeah.
I never got into that territory of locking down a sponsor, but Bobby has been kind of like a sponsor to me. You know, I've called him at times when I was like tempted to drink, or I called him this time around, let him know, and he was really nice.
Yeah.
Bobby's really sweet when it comes to
Really?
this.
He didn't do the honne?
I think when it comes, no, he's not punishing because he's been there.
Right.
You know, he's relapsed before.
Yeah.
But he's very helpful when it comes to this territory of substance abuse, you
Right.
know, alcohol, all of this. Like,
Right.
because he's been in that territory.
No, I think he's super gentle when it comes to that
he
territory.
is.
For
He is.
sure.
He's very forgiving.
Did you dance?
Did I what?
Did you dance?
Did I dance?
You know the legendary drunk dumb dance, the sway.
Yeah. You know, I swayed. I swag surfed.
You swag
I
surfed a
swag
little
surfed
bit?
some ghosts. You know.
Yeah.
Nah, but I'm not. I'm just letting this out because I am on a journey. I'm trying to get back to sobriety.
No, it's big ups for you being accountable and
Yeah,
because you could have easily hidden it. You know what I mean?
yeah. I say this, but it's gonna be tough.
Yeah, bro.
I got a couple celebrations coming.
Yeah.
I got some big celebrations. A lot of people don't know, but I've been working on a film with Anderson Paak the last 3 years. It's called K-Pops. I produced it. It's Anderson's directorial debut. It features him and his son as the leads, his real son as the leads. I'm in it as his friend.
Yeah.
All the homies are in it. You even made a cameo in it.
Come on, let's go.
It is premiering at the Toronto International Film Festival.
What
this
other
weekend.
movie is there that features like a father and son?
Pursuit of
Of
Happiness. There's not a lot of movies that feature a real
That's
life father
heavy,
and
bro.
son in a movie.
Yeah.
So I think it's a really rare situation.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Maybe there's like shows with Eugene Levy and what's the other guy?
yeah.
Dan. I forget his name. The son.
You know.
But I think it's a special thing, you know. Anderson did this film to spend more time with his son. All it took was a multi-million-dollar budget movie, but it's fine. No, I'm kidding. He's been on the road a lot.
Yeah.
And I think it's something that he really wanted to spend that time with his son before he becomes a man. And we actually caught him right before that transition. Like he was a boy and now he's
His
a man
voice
at the
dropped
premiere.
at the end of the movie.
For sure. So we're excited for the film. It's
Yeah.
finally premiering at this film festival. And after this film festival, we'll see where it's going to land, like what streaming platform, whatnot.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to talk too much about that, but we're excited for the world to see it.
So you're saying you got some celebrations
With all
coming.
that said,
you're gonna drink a little
I
bit.
might continue drinking. I don't know.
Right.
But I
right.
think that's a problem, you know, and there's never a good time to quit, you know?
Yeah.
If it's not that, there's always going to be something. There's going to be a friend's birthday. It's going to be Valentine's Day. I always say that about breaking up too.
Right.
There's never a right time to break up. You know, people who drag on relationships.
Is that you?
I've dragged on relationships at times where I feel like I don't want to hurt the person.
Yeah.
And it's like not the right time. Oh no, next week is Christmas. It's probably not a
Right.
good time to break up during Christmas. But then right after Christmas, you got New Year's.
You got 2 years.
Right after New Year's, you got
Valentine's
Valentine's Day.
Yeah,
What's after
yeah.
Valentine's? And then there's all these
All these joints.
subcategories
Of
of
course.
White Day and
Of course.
in
Pepero Day
Korea.
comes, you
Pepero
know.
Day comes.
Nah, but I learned you got to nip it in the bud, bro. I too sank in a sinking ship. You know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
like there's a hole in the ship. The relationship's not working, but we were both scared to jump off, so we both drowned. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not.
Have you drank less since you've been in father
I'm
mode?
gonna be honest. We just don't have time to drink. You know, we don't go out like that. When we do go out, though, you know, but yeah, definitely, I curbed the amount of drinking. You know, I don't want to experience taking care of a kid hungover. Donna went on a little girls' night out yesterday. Girl, like this is my gripe, right? I'm gonna do a little hot take. Ladies, if you're gonna go out for a dinner starting at 7:00,
Yeah.
being generous. 7 to maybe 11 is this a pretty ample time, a window of a dinner, right?
Yeah.
A dinner. But she came home at 2:30, closer to 3.
2:30 a.m.
2:30 a.m.
Okay, and you felt a certain type of way.
I didn't feel, I mean, obviously, she's doing a great job as a mom. That's
Yeah,
fine.
she
And,
deserves
she
it.
deserves to go out,
And you trust her.
And I trust her. Yeah, after I've seen what I've seen in like the delivery room, there's no jealousy anymore. There's no like she's mine. We're one now. But dinner hours, I think 3 to 4.
It surprised you.
This surprised me a little bit.
2:30.
2:30 is
2:30 is kind of crazy,
Yo,
bro.
and I'm waiting like the Asian parent like on the sofa.
Yeah.
Just like waiting for the door to open.
You know what it is? I think you just really did not expect her to turn up like that. And so when she did, you're
Absolutely.
like, wow, okay.
Absolutely.
My baby still got it in
She
there.
still got it. She brought me some McDonald's. Late
Okay.
night McDonald's.
You see, that's sweet.
That's amazing.
For her to be out there and drinking with her friends and still think about you.
Come on.
Hell no.
Come on.
When does that happen? Some
Yeah.
nuggets?
The drive-through nuggets. She got me the chicken. She got me the beef. She got me the nuggets. She got me a Coke, fries. She knew it wasn't a guilty meal. It was more just like a.
Yeah.
I knew,
Yeah.
I kind of overstayed the thing.
2:30. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
I feel like generally when you get into a relationship, that could be late territory coming back home. Right?
2:30?
I feel like I've gotten in trouble before in the past.
Yeah, dude.
You know?
I mean, 2:30 is just,
Is it more forgivable if with your girl to be out later than a dude? Because a dude is more sus, right? Like you're out 2:30 a.m.
Right,
Like that
right.
could be more sus.
A girl's night out literally is a girl's night out. You know what I mean? Unless there's like a few of those in the group.
Well, it's just like you don't trust. You're not trusting the dudes out there more than not trusting your
Absolutely.
girl.
I
You know what
literally
mean?
think the girls are finishing up their conversations till 2:30. But a 2:30 situation for a guy is they're still on the hunt. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying.
It's like wrap up time. Let's figure it
I'm
out.
not picturing my girl out there like talking
Yeah.
to the dudes. I'm picturing some dumbass like me rolling up to them like, "What's up, ladies?"
And honestly, that's the issue with me. Her staying out late, it has nothing to do with my lack of trust in her. It's just I know how guys get like at a certain time, when it's closing time, and
Yeah.
I know what my girl looks like. So, no, but it was fine. It was fine. We it was a little give and take situation. Oh I gotta share this with you, man.
Uh-oh.
The reason why I let Donna out,
Okay.
um,
Would let her out like you had her caged up? What
the
hell?
reason why I uncuffed her for a few hours,
Yes.
I got caught in the most vulnerable, humiliating situation by my wife the other day, bro.
Oh no. I think of three things.
Okay. When you think of three things,
I
what are the top three things that come to your mind? I'm
actually
curious.
just one thing, and I think we all know what we're talking about.
So
You got
she
caught
had-
watching porn.
She had parent-teacher conferences, bro. She's a teacher,
Yeah.
So she's at school. In the back of my mind, I remember her telling me she had an early day. She was coming back home around like 2 p.m. So, and mind you, I'm a faithful man, I'm a faithful man, but I have needs. And, it was an empty house, son's asleep, wife is out. I got the kit ready, bro. I have a little kit, like the good old
The all you can beat
the-
Korean barbecue. Yeah, all you can beat.
beat.
Yeah. You got the kit, okay?
I'm talking about the kit,
The
not
kit.
just the
Like you pull a book on a bookshelf, the bookshelf flips over, and you got three
Yeah.
lotions.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You have to turn the Tiger Bomb, and then there's like a secret compartment.
You
that
got
opens.
it. Yeah, James Bond, Q.
Yeah. Mind you, no earphones,
Insane.
volume blaring.
Yeah, all of a sudden, Baby Shark plays for the baby, so the baby's distracted. You got all these things happening.
The Quagmire, the light switch.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, and yeah, I'm a grown adult. We don't use our hands anymore. The sleeve, you know what I mean? Had a little sleeve situation.
Wait, what?
You don't know about the sleeve?
What? Explain this.
All right, so I don't use my hands anymore.
Are you talking about your foreskin? What are you talking about? The
No.
sleeve. What is this?
There's a sleeve now. It's like a male sleeve. It's kind of like a pocket joint, but it's not as a pocket joint looks like and anatomically looks crazy,
It's a
right?
pocket pussy.
Yeah, but this one it just looks like a sea cucumber.
Don't be okay. Don't pull these kind of things up. When I
Right.
ask you, okay, wait, put it back up. Let's hear it. So
It's-
this is
it's
what you're
a-
talking
yeah,
about.
it's a little
okay?
sleeve, you
so
know?
it's kind of like a fleshlight. That's what you're talking
yeah,
about. Okay.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Very innocuous looking.
Yeah.
And I was in the middle of handling business,
Okay. and she barges in.
Yeah, and on the number line of like
What's the
zero being
timestamp?
exactly.
What's the timestamp here?
I'm a jumper. I'm not a.
Okay,
I'm not
yes.
a. You know,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
a
same.
jumper.
I'm a jumper too, yeah.
So this was maybe I'm like 75%. So like
Okay.
it's.
You got straight to the point. You
crazy-
jumped straight to the point.
Because when you're a father and you have a wife that's
Yeah.
out, you're not, you know, there's no foreplay going on. There's none of that. It's just straight up, you know, handle biz. The craziest thing is, okay, so my bed's right here. The door's right here.
yeah, yeah.
I'm
Oh
holding-
wait, so your bedpost is right by the door entrance?
Yeah,
Oh
dude.
no!
Right by the doorpost, all carpet, so I don't hear I don't know how my girl is so silent with her.
So she sees your dick before she even sees your face. Like if you bust open a door, and so your head is on by the bedpost, right? Yeah.
Exactly. So angle wise,
Yeah.
she sees all of me, and then she sees so sad looking.
Oh no!
And I look at her like with this I'm half surprised.
Yeah.
Like super shocked. There's no like muscle memory in your face that could look normal. You have this like, huh?
Is your laptop on your belly?
I'm not a laptop guy. I'm
what are
you know, yeah, I'm
phone?
imagination. I'm straight up imagination.
Wait. No, you were saying you were watching
Yeah,
the
I'm
porn.
kidding, I'm
Okay. I was like,
I'm kidding. Yeah.
I was like, what in the
A laptop
Charlie
is crazy.
Chaplin?
Exactly.
Charlie
So-
Chaplin?
Charlie Chaplin. Anyway, she looked at me with this kind of like, you know what's funny? She didn't have this look of disappointment. She had this look of just kind of like, she looked at me, laughed, giggled, and walked out. Which was kind of,
That's cool. Well, maybe
I think, and she was so embarrassed on her side that she didn't want to,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? She was looking
like-
less embarrassed for me.
she
I don't
doesn't know how to react.
She had no idea how to react, dude. And yeah, man, I can't believe I shared that right now. on
Well,
the
it's
spot.
okay. I mean, I think a lot of married people can relate to this.
Have you ever got caught?
I don't remember if I ever got caught with a partner, but when I was younger as a teenager, yes, my mom has walked in,
Yeah.
dropped Korean fruit because she had to cut up for me. You know what I mean?
My mom walked in and stayed.
Shut up.
No, I'm serious.
Shut up.
No, she stayed, not like like to observe, but to see me fumble in my
Yeah,
in
and
my
pull your
shame.
pants
Like,
back
what
up.
am I gonna do? You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Exactly. Because if she walks out, obviously I'm gonna clean up, but she wanted me to just like drown in shame right there.
Like, how many hours did you think she was going to be gone? You never. You shouldn't do it within a 30-minute
you're right.
grace period of her
No,
returning.
you're
That's too risky.
absolutely
Like if
right.
I'm shooting this pod
Yeah.
at 2 p.m.,
Yeah.
I don't start jerking it at 1. You know what I'm saying?
Wait.
You got to leave at least a 2-hour
No, absolutely.
grace period, like 2 hour.
Absolutely. No, you're absolutely right.
Let me ask Alex this question, okay?
Yeah.
Because he has a partner, and you guys got like a small 1-bedroom apartment. Have you ever done this?
Ever jerked off? Not
While she's at work,
Yeah, at 100%.
and like how much time are you're making sure there's a safety net of time, right?
Yeah, so I'm just gonna go ahead and share this, but we share our locations with each other, so it's pretty
Oh.
easy for me to be like, I got time.
Oh wow, you actually
Does she ever like text you like, babe, you've been in front of your laptop for 5 hours?
No, but yeah, no, it's like if you get like a text or something or an email or something like while you're in the middle of it, does that ever like throw
So-
you guys off a little bit? Or?
But when you're about to jerk it, you actually check her location to make sure she's far enough, or what? Is that really?
yeah, I mean, you know,
yo,
like
little,
the-
little surveillance.
this is the first. This is the first.
Liam Neeson of masturbation, or what? What is this?
This is the first partner I've had that we've shared our locations with. In the
Yeah.
beginning, you know, it was more, you know, it was just, it's really for safety. If just like, if anything were to happen, you want to know where that person's
Is there an
last
app
was.
for that, or do you just have to enable it on?
It's
Apple?
on Find My iPhone. It's an Apple. Yeah.
Can I
Oh.
say about this? And we could go back to what you're talking about, the
Yeah,
story.
we don't have to
We don't
at
have to,
all.
baby.
Yeah, we're good.
We've covered it all.
Yeah, we did.
I don't know about this. Find my location. What is it? What is it
Find
called?
my phone.
Find My Friends, I guess, but it's still all under the Find
Keeping
My
your
iPhone.
location on. You
Yeah.
know, I don't know about that in
Yeah.
relationships.
Oh, in relationships.
I do think there is a boundary.
Right.
And I don't think we need to know where we are all the time.
Well, you know what's crazy? You and I also, we're very like, I'm a surprise gift getter. You know, I'm a spontaneous dude when it comes to stuff like that. The reason why I wouldn't want my location on, like, I don't want her to know exactly where I'm at all the time. If I'm picking up something for her, you know what I mean? Just little things. It's not because I'm hiding or trying to be malicious, but I still want there to be a little room of surprise or kind of like shock value.
Yeah, surprise, I'm cheating on you. No, I'm kidding. What I mean is like, okay, Alex, let me ask you this. Like, when did that discussion happen? When did that conversation happen where you guys were like, okay, let's share each other's locations all the time. Let's have it on.
It was pretty early in the relationship, and it wasn't like linked to like, suspicions about infidelity or something. Like, it did purely kind of just start off as like, so at least, you know where I'm at just in case the worst were to happen. And I do think I probably check it way more than she does. But like, like sometimes I'll see like when she's leaving work, I'll know that she's on the move. So that's like a okay time to call her.
Have you ever texted her with that WYA? Like, where is that spot right now?
No, it hasn't. It hasn't happened. I think one of my like traits that I was working on in relationships, especially when I was younger, was jealousy, was like just kind of jumping to conclusions about things or places or friends. And then I'm really happy, and I think one of the reasons why this relationship is so successful is that I'm like, I've been working through some of these issues, and now I feel like I'm in a good place with it.
Do you think there's a lot less cheating now than there used to be before all this technology?
Bro, I think there's so much cheating going on right now. I think there's a lot of infidelity.
Why?
Going
But
on right now.
it's harder to get away with infidelity in the modern day.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure. But,
So I would, like back then, you could have 3 families
yeah, down the block.
down the block and get away with it. It's crazy. Now, like those things, find my location, all of that.
Social media, period.
Yeah, your browser history. Like, there's easy ways to get caught. Most people get caught through the like your phone, right?
history. Yeah,
or it's when it connects to your iPad or whatever.
Oh yeah,
you log in with your username and it's tracking.
Yeah.
Sometimes people, I've heard people following along with a live text message exchange that somebody is having, their partner is having on their phone, but they were also connected on the iMessages on their iPad. That's brutal.
That's crazy.
That is brutal.
Real time catching.
Real time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't know. I do feel like it is a lot harder to get away with it now.
There's like those AirPods too now. I mean, not air, like those Air Tags where they just drop it in a car and stuff like that. It's
scary stuff.
yeah,
If you have a partner like Alex, he will find you.
for sure.
Alex, I don't know. I just feel like can we have a little bit of boundary space? I don't feel good about that. Not even just on my end. I want to give my partner some space too. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess you feel otherwise. You're
No,
like,
you
you guys
love
have
it.
locations on, right?
Yeah, but we never used it, to be honest with you. I know exactly where she is at all times. So does she. It's not really. But I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Like you know me. I used to be very like just kind of insecure and jealous like that. But now, I don't even think. We've been through so much. Like this whole process of having a kid. It kind of just cemented it, you know what I mean? Like we don't look at it like that. If for any reason she was to go out and cheat on me, it's crazy to think this. I'm just like, what am I doing that's lacking for her to seek happiness outside of this relationship?
Yeah,
you know what I
100%.
mean? Instead of thinking like, what the hell? It's more just kind of like, damn, what am I lacking right now? What am I doing wrong? But yeah,
Well,
man.
whatever she's lacking is the porn category that you're watching. So
The craziest
okay,
thing.
let me ask you this: would it have been a nightmare if she really knew what category you were in?
I was watching a porn about a boyfriend watching porn and getting caught. I swear, I swear to God,
That is meta.
you know what's crazy, man? I love storyline situations
Yeah.
now. I can't just do the click in and just go
Like the
right in.
Truman Show, bro.
I need a little bit of a context. Like, who are these people? A little bit of character development.
Okay.
You know, a little drama, a little bit of a situation, and then going into it. And the video literally was about a boyfriend watching a situation and getting caught. And that's exactly what happened.
How does that end?
The girlfriend joins in. Is like, you're watching it? Why are you watching it? So in my mind, when I got caught, I was like,
What would it have been like? Do you never hear a situation where like your partner catches you
yeah, and joins
in the act and just all of a sudden like, let me finish you off? Like you've never really see that scenario, huh?
You know, you never
That
know,
would be
man.
pretty fire.
That would be fire.
That'd be fire, I
man.
think, right?
Definitely the situation where like you're cheating and then they walk in and they get caught and then they join. That, you know, that's crazy. That's a fairy tale. That's very unrealistic.
Well, let's move away from this
Yes.
because we've already gotten many strikes, I think.
Exactly.
Other than that, we've let out we dropped 2 huge Funkmaster Flex bombs right now on everybody. Is there anything from Alex that he'd like to share with the rest of the class? Is there anything big?
Something equally humiliating.
Alex shares a lot, or we tend to share things for him,
Yeah.
which he asks us to edit out, and then I like yell at him. I'm like, no,
And then
we're
you
sharing
keep
that.
it.
Yeah. Is there anything new in your life, Alex? You don't have to drop anything equally crazy. Yeah.
I mean, I feel like I've talked about like the struggle for work too much, so I'm not going to go into that.
Yeah, please, it's depressing.
Yeah.
No, okay.
The what lately's been going on right now is like my house is the apartment I rent is like slowly falling apart. I've been there for, you know, pretty much all 5 years I've been in Los Angeles, and it was a great, you know, it's a great starter, you know, apartment and things, but it's so old and like the floors are breaking. Like we've had mold issues, some mice issues, and we keep it really clean.
It sounds like a nightmare. Like all those things you named, that's slumlord territory.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
So
mean,
wait, it's literally physically breaking down?
yeah. So right now, in the office area of the house, like the
You have
floors
an
were.
office area in your house?
It's kind of, you know, you both
You have a
seen
desk in a room.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. It's
okay.
kind of like
Relax.
it's kind of like cut
it's
out.
not a WeWork.
It's kind of cut out. You know, it's not necessarily a room, but it's a
desk with a
designated
notebook.
area.
It's a dinner table with a notebook on top of it, okay?
Yeah, but the floorboards were like warping and bending and things like that. And, you know, it took like a couple texts, you know, with the landlord to get him to get the guy out there and fix it. And, you know, so right now all of my belongings are kind of like pushed off to the side. And it's, you know, it's kind of thrown off the feng shui of kind of like just my existence right now. So I'm kind of waiting for that to be finished.
I'm curious what your feng shui looks like.
The feng shui of your existence.
Feng
Yeah.
shui of your existence.
Yeah, mold and rats will do that to you. I've seen your place. It is definitely, I think, the landlord is not taking care of it, right? And I've heard a lot of slumlord situations right now in Koreatown.
Yeah.
You know, I hate it, and I hate that it kind of traces back to Korean business owners. You know, there's some shady Korean business owners, as we all know, who are enjoying the fruits of their labor and properties that they've bought years ago, but there's no maintenance, and they cut corners.
The under the table fruit.
There's,
The
a, lot
under
of,
the table
there's a lot of
fruit.
Korean Trumps.
Yes, there's
you know,
a lot
cutting
of
corners.
Yeah. That's true. And that's is it it's not a Korean landlord, is it?
It is. I've met him. You know, he's like for the most part, he's like I've had some really bad landlords, especially when I was living like in Boston.
Yeah.
So for the most part, like he responds, and like in the emergencies, I call him in the middle of the night, and it gets fixed and stuff. And but like a couple,
Middle of the night situations.
yeah,
Alex?
like there was a time when the pipes above my bathroom burst, and it was just straight water cascade flood, and that.
Is that toilet water?
I'm hoping it was shower water. It didn't smell or nothing, but it was definitely very annoying.
He's
But
like, I'm hoping it was mineral water. I'm pretty sure it was not. Yeah.
Yeah.
But recently, like, you know, there was a hot water heater had a leak, and it was supposed to be like a very quick fix. It dragged on for, I want to say, like 6 or 7 days without hot water. And
I mean, anything with moisture and foundation, you should be worried about black mold and just the breathability.
We've had
of all
some
that.
black mold issues. You know, we've been taking care of that.
Wow.
But like along with the Korean landlord, we have like a Korean handyman, you know, and you know, I'm using like Papago to like communicate with him. But basically, one of the driving forces behind us not having hot water was that the handyman did not really know like how to install it properly, so I had to get on the phone with like the water heater company and like kind of pseudo translate for this. And we eventually got hot water, but it took like way longer than it should have. And
I'm
yeah.
surprised this Korean landlord isn't showing any favoritism, considering you have so many patriotic, museum relics in your house.
He has a teguki upon entry.
You might as well be like the Korean Indiana Jones, the amount of artifacts you have in your house. You have like a Korean flag from like the 1930s hanging
with actual
on your
blood
wall.
on it.
and like some ancient scrolls and masks. Like I'm scared to touch stuff because I might get cursed in there. I don't know. You do have a lot of Korean artifacts, right?
Yeah, Korean artifacts. Some are from like my flags from my grandparents. Some I've collected through the travels. But one
Temu.
thing, no. Yeah, I have bought like Korean like coffee table.
I know
that's
one thing you don't have is a Korean language book because your Korean is trash.
I have a 50-day streak on Duolingo right now going.
Okay, what was the word of the day? Is there anything like that?
Well, right now we're getting to sentence structure, which really I'm like not understanding.
Give me
at all.
one proper sentence. Just one. It doesn't matter what it is.
Don't cap. I know you're capping right now,
Beginning
bro.
to end, one proper Korean
I feel like
sentence.
he's capping, bro. He said, okay,
50 days.
50
It's
days.
like I'm still doing mostly vocabulary. Like
Exactly
like, yeah.
50.
Yeah.
I want to clarify too. We're not shaming anyone who doesn't
Yeah.
speak their native language. But,
I am, bro.
But
I am.
what I'm saying is, Alex he collects all these artifacts. He knows the history so much. I want to see if he's actually learning. Let's go. What do we got?
Language. I mean,
Give him some sentences.
No. Give us anything.
Anything.
Like, just give us. Yeah. Why are you going on your phone?
I don't know. I was gonna.
What are you looking up? The location of your girl so she can come help you
my
or what?
Duolingo, yeah.
By the way, his girl's not even Korean. She's black and probably knows more Korean than you. Would you say your girl knows more Korean than you?
I think it's a 50-50. She's the reason why we started this Duolingo thing, like keeping up the streaks and stuff. But like, I've picked up a lot of just vocabulary words that I can't string together yet. So I might have a small bit of an edge.
One sentence.
I'm trying not to default to like
so
food
shy.
things.
It's okay.
Just give us
Anything. Food
anything.
works. Just one sentence.
It could make no sense.
Yeah. I know a person who did 20 days of Duolingo straight could give me a sentence.
He's put on the spot.
My name is Alex and I like music.
Okay. 제 이름 Alex.
Yo, get the
이름은-
fuck
Wait,
out of here.
Hold up, 남자.
Yo,
Hold
yo.
on.
You have
Chinese.
we have another producer, Dave, who's Chinese, and this motherfucker is helping you out.
제 이름은 Alex. I'm really blanking right now. This is
Ibnida?
a struggle. Ibnida. Yeah.
Nah.
Music is
Okay, I'm done. You're done.
I know like some of the
I'm
Korean
ripping that
instruments.
Korean flag off of your wall.
I can name
Didn't he
some.
write fluent in Korean in his
No.
Oh wait,
No.
did the resume say fluent in Korean?
I have no mention of languages.
Okay,
but,
okay,
but
right.
I do mention Spanish, French, and Korean all at a beginner level. While in fact, my Spanish and French is a little bit better than my Korean.
Yeah, I'm
Even
kidding.
beginner level is a stretch. I gotta
I
say.
know vocabulary words like I could name some Korean instruments, and the history. So
Korean instruments. I can't name one.
There's no reason to name a Korean instrument in a conversation.
That's true. That's
Korean
totally
instruments haven't been used in hundreds of years. It's all those instruments, like, I just don't know when you would mention a Korean instrument in a conversation.
true. That's true.
All right, it's fine. It's fine.
man.
It's okay. We're gonna let it slide. Next week, have a Korean phrase ready to teach.
Oh, yeah.
teach,
Do you remember
teach our
that?
listeners? All
Ancient
right.
almanac.
Yeah. Just have a thing.
I can do
I
a
don't want to
sentence.
shame because I think recently people have been talking about this on TikTok and stuff because Jenna Ortega,
Yeah.
huge actress, Wednesday, Beetlejuice. People have been hating on her.
Oh, she doesn't.
Because they're putting a lot of pressure on her because she's one of the biggest Latina stars right now, you know, and like they expect her to speak more Spanish than she does, and she doesn't really speak much Spanish, and I think it's kind of unfair to her.
Absolutely,
because now they're giving her this title as like the one who's really holding it down for all Latinos, you know, and that's a lot of pressure for someone so young. She just turned 21, you know,
and she's born in America.
Yeah, but she's, I think, half Puerto Rican, half Mexican, maybe. I'm not exactly sure. Anyways, people are just going so hard on her, and it's like that journey is her own journey that she has to take. You know what I'm saying?
It's unfortunate how sometimes with success and you're from a certain like heritage, you have that responsibility, that badge on you. You know, it's like, oh, you're leading the squad now.
Yeah.
So
I mean, but it also, to me, it's like you have an opportunity to speak up for that particular side of your journey, like somebody who didn't grow up on it.
True.
That's a lot of people.
Yeah,
that's
like
not
it's
just
okay
her.
to not know.
Yeah,
you know?
there's tons of people just like her. So you should actually just talk about that. And
I mean, to be honest, our Koreans didn't get that good till later in life, right?
Nah, bro. Like people look at me like I'm a huge representative for the Korean community, but my Korean's not great.
Don't say huge. Don't emphasize.
Some people call me the Moses of my people. Yeah, some people say I am Noah, and this is my ark. You know, no. It's I mean, you know, some have thrown words around like Korean Jesus, you know, Korean Satan. But I'm just saying, I obviously, but also people hate that too. You're not going to please everybody. You know how many Korean gangsters I've pissed off by people just like liking me as or you know, putting me in this position of a voice for Koreans. There's a lot of people who are not happy with that.
Yeah, because that wasn't the mold filter that they expected.
No, like when I was rapping back in the day, every Korean male out there wanted the representative to sound like Tupac.
Yeah.
I did not sound like Tupac, and they were furious that I was one of the few Korean rappers out there representing. It's like, who the fuck is this nerdy skateboarder being the voice of Koreans? Like, I wish he sounded like Pop Smoke, you know?
And oh, how the tables turn, you know?
Nah, it's not that. It's just like, be your authentic self. No one person is going to ever be the representative for a whole group of people.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But Rick, did you shave? You look a little different today.
Do I? It's just a haircut.
Can you?
I had the McDonald's last night. You know what I mean? So I'm a little.
Nah, I just want to see you do something different. With
I
your
do.
hair.
I want to do something else. What should we do? Let's do it for the pod. Whatever you want, I'll do it.
I feel like since you're a dad now, you can kind of do whatever. You're not out here, you know. Just
you're right. I
try
agree.
something different, and it looks cooler if like you have a mullet or something. Like you're a dad with a mullet, you know, still partying in the back. You know what I mean?
Mullet, come on.
You don't
that's your definition of a cool dad. A dad with a mullet.
Hot now.
Is it really?
Yeah, women love mullets now.
You know, I could definitely switch it to a mullet. My son had his first fade the other day. Not fighting.
I was like, where was he squaring up, at the daycare center?
Nah. He got his first haircut yesterday. The couple days ago. My brother-in-law gave it to him. He has a mullet too. I'm down to do a little mullet situation.
He's so cute. When I see IG stories, I see his eyes, and he's very calm and quiet. But there's something going on.
Yeah, he's a bully.
There's something going on.
No, he is brewing.
I feel like when he starts being able to talk, there's going to be something.
Yeah, no. That's everyone's saying that. My mom says that too. It's like 꼼짝 못한다고. Like in a little bit, you're not going to be able to like. You're going to be in a standstill with this guy.
Were you ever a bully?
No,
I never was.
No. I was never really a bully.
I was bullied.
I was bullied.
You were bullied? I can't imagine you being bullied
by like family members and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Not at school.
I can see Alex being a bully at one point. Don't lie. You're a bully, right?
So Alex, I could see you kind of being, low kopchangi.
I smiled when you mentioned that because there is probably. I didn't terrorize this person, you know, but
bad start.
Yeah, it was in middle school, so I hit puberty kind of on the earlier side, and that's probably when I was like peak athletic. So I was playing baseball, I could throw a ball really hard, and at recess we would play wall ball with a tennis ball.
Wall ball,
yeah, and I would, the rules of wall ball, like. If they touch it right and they have to run to the wall, you can you peg
Pelt
them to get them out.
Yeah.
And like between that and being able to like ricochet it off the wall so it would hit them, like I definitely I definitely gave him some bruises. So I feel like that's an example of.
You know why
yeah.
I know he was a bully?
Huh.
Because sometimes I'll verbally bully him.
Yeah.
And I can see something happening in his head and his eyes.
Yeah.
And what I read it as is, oh, I used to bully motherfuckers like you back in the day. How dare you? I could see
You
it.
see the ember.
I see the
little
embers burning like, ooh, if this the wall ball days, it would have been, no. I see it.
Man.
I see it. You know what I mean? I think that's why sometimes I go extra hard on dudes like Alex because
Right.
dudes like him used to make my life a living
Yeah.
hell back in the day.
You see you see it in cops too, man. You know?
Yeah, it's true.
You
I
see-
had a homie who became a cop, and he was
Are you serious?
he was just kind of like he was always like a little snitch
Right,
and
right.
bullied, and people hated him.
Yeah.
And I think he just kind of wanted that like power shift, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
And so he became a cop. And I think a lot of cops have that a little bit.
I know a lot of, just abuse of power. I know a lot of like taekwondo masters. They're just little pieces of crap, and then they become teachers and just beat up kids. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is true stories, man.
I being a kid nowadays is so crazy because back then we just didn't have the audacity to talk back. You know, like now,
Bro.
people will fight a teacher.
Dude, that's my Donna comes home every day and there's a fight every day.
What grade
now.
does she teach?
She teaches sixth grade.
That's-
But you have to think about this, right? Like back in the day when we would square up with somebody, you fought, you lost, there's a little talk of the town, talk of the school, and that's it. Now, because there's video, like one L could it could haunt you for the rest of your life. You know what I mean? And I think that's why there's a lot of like these, not only shootings, but just, these people losing it because they're like, oh, my pride is so bruised.
Yeah.
It's documented, me getting mollywopped. You know what I mean?
Very good point.
So they come back home, Asians with their revenge plots.
That it is worse when it is documented.
Oh
You can't
my
just get it.
gosh.
Like if I just got punched,
Yeah.
and lip bruised, like, and there's no proof of that,
Yeah,
I can live with that.
Yeah.
If I gotta rewatch it on World Star,
Dude, and then you see like your like crush, the girl that you like, in the corner of the video, like grimacing when you get hit, and you just replay that, and it's just all over the. And you have to understand, like kids are wild like that. They love documenting it. They're like, okay, document it now. I'm gonna go knock this guy out.
yeah,
It's it's a different world, man.
it is a different world. I think, back then, there was more of like not just a respect element, but maybe we were a little bit more empathetic. I think there's a little less empathy now for adults. And I think because like if you look at a teacher, right, they're getting paid really low salary.
Yeah.
If they really knew what these teachers are going through in their real lives, like, and they had a little bit more empathy,
Right.
they wouldn't be like disrespecting or slapping them in the face in front of the class or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
And I think there's less empathy because there's more adults doing childish shit on social
Exactly.
media.
Yo.
We look on social media.
Yo, that's so true.
We see people in their 40s, 50s, including us,
Yeah.
talking on the podcast and on pink couches
Right, yeah.
or doing a silly mukbang.
Talking about getting caught masturbating.
Yes, doing silly mukbangs
Yeah.
and doing silly pranks in the aisles of Walmart.
Right.
There's less respect for adults.
Yeah.
Like I respect us less.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I think also the clout that you get from savagery. You know what I mean? Like back in the day, the rules of engagement still kind of mattered. Like even in the gang culture, there's things that you would never do, like shoot at the kids or like, bring other people into
Yeah.
it. Now it's like demon time. It's like whatever I could do that's the most craziest, outlandish, diabolic, that's how you get your rep up now.
And that's the thing. We see adults with less code of ethics.
Yeah.
And
And not only that, through
Integrity.
COVID and through just kind of like when the world shut down, these kids are dumb. They're realizing, wow, the system that I thought was so in place and reliable, it's like held on by this string. You know what I mean? Like chaos is a blink away.
100%. There's way less integrity because every time you see any piece of content that talks about enhancing your art or getting your art out to the masses, it has nothing to do with the art. It has everything to do with how you got to create content and
Right.
show this
Right.
and dance and do there's no integrity.
Yeah.
So we have less respect for adults.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
No, I agree. And when the adults are in the same race as the kids, for clout and stuff like that. It's a sad situation. Like, who are
I'll
you to tell
rarely
me?
slap an adult, like
Yeah.
like someone old, an elderly person.
Yeah.
But like, if that elderly person is reducing themselves to my level of childishness, then of course you're gonna square up with a teacher.
Yeah. For sure.
If your teacher is making TikToks about a sneaker collection, you might square up with them. You know what I'm saying?
If I see a teacher Twitch streaming Call of Duty,
Bro, if I saw my teacher at his crib and he has a gaming chair, I'm fighting.
come on, dude.
I'm just saying, it's just we're kind of on the same levels,
Yeah.
and that makes it like we're able to, I don't know, disrespect them.
It's getting out of hand, though.
It's
for
out
sure.
of hand. It's out of hand. Well, I'm looking forward. This is, we're recording this a day before Labor Day.
Yeah.
It's the Kobayashi and Joey Chestnut
Come on,
hot
bro.
dog eating one-on-one Netflix live streaming. I'm stoked for that. I love competitive eating. We all love watching mukbang. America does. I had a hot take that we have so many food influencers, right?
Right.
And this is a little weird thing. Are majority of food influencers kind of on the spectrum? And I know you're a food influencer, and I'm in no disrespect to anybody who actually
What
is.
Did you just
But
say
there
right
is a little. I do feel like every food influencer that I follow
Right.
is just a little off, just a tad bit
now?
off.
Hold on. Elaborate. What are some signs? What are some cues?
Just something. The way they're dipping and biting into their foods,
Right.
it's like regular people just don't eat like
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
you
yeah,
know.
yeah.
And in the way they're describing the food, it's like they're like.
Do you think it's the
Rain Man.
willingness? It's the willingness to eat so animalistically on screen in front of people that makes them weird.
Yes, the willingness, the willingness to break down the flavors
First
the
of all,
way you do.
I hate the faces you're making right now while speaking on my culture right now.
I
bro.
just feel like a lot of the ones I follow, there's something, there's a reason they're there eating alone in front of a camera. You know, they probably had a little bit of hard time making friends. I'm just saying, it's something I've noticed.
right.
What are your thoughts?
I
Am I
mean-
canceled or not?
No, who's gonna cancel you? The food influencers?
I'm just saying, I'm a fan of the content.
Right.
But I can tell it takes a certain type of personality to do what they do.
I agree. I think anybody that's good at something, that's willing to set up a camera to capture it,
Is a little
has a little
maybe overall,
something-
but in food in particular, I do
Yeah.
think there's something there. And I'm happy that content creation genre exists and
Yeah.
it's thriving because
sure.
there's personalities like that maybe was waiting for something like that.
Yeah.
Where they can shine.
No, you're absolutely right, actually, because there's some food influencers that are like so talkative and very like charismatic and bubbly on screen. Then you eat with them in real life, they can't say a sentence. Like,
Exactly.
they don't know how to like communicate with other people.
They needed
Some
an
of them.
outlet.
They needed an outlet.
You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure
They need 4 lobsters in their mouth.
these were the kids in school.
Right.
Face down at the school lunch, just going in, critiquing the cornbread, the chocolate milk, just alone.
Yeah.
Just, beautiful mind, things going on in their head.
Right.
They grow up, all of a sudden food content is blowing up.
Dude, Netflix is doing a live, so they're gonna do a live broadcast for this food competition.
Yeah.
Alex, that's crazy.
Is there a bit of a, like a pride that you have like to support Kobayashi because it's like the Asian dude going up against the,
I mean,
All-American?
Kobayashi is like the Christina Yamaguchi of food
Yeah.
eating. Like, his name just rings bells from like generations.
The crazy
bro.
thing about Kobayashi is like he became the GOAT in a space that's supposed to be all American,
Right.
Midwest white boy
Yeah.
killing it. And this
Hot dog's like an American food too.
This Japanese dude comes in and somehow has garnered this fan base.
Yeah. Wait, educate me, Alex. What's the record? Kobayashi ate how many
I think
let's
Joey
see.
Chestnut has
Yeah,
beat his
I think
record.
Chestnut has been dominating.
What?
Yeah.
And the controversy this year was that Joey Chestnut was not able to participate in the Nathan's, on 4th of July because of some plant-based sort of rival to Nathan's. So this is kind of like
What?
letting Joey.
This is a
Even
record.
even Joey Chestnut.
Yeah.
Something's not right.
Oh no, for
Something
sure.
is not
for
right
sure,
about
for
that
sure,
guy.
for sure.
It's 73, and I think I want to say it's in 10 minutes.
73 hot
It's
dogs?
in 10 minutes. Okay, yeah, hold up.
I mean, honestly, just stuff like this baffles me because, like, when you see stuff like this, when I was younger, a little bit more naive, I'm like, I could do obviously not 70. I'm like, I could do 40, dude. After 10, after 8, you're kind of like, oh my gosh, what the hell? You feel the volume inside your stomach. This is all about stomach elasticity and throat goat
I
characteristics.
do feel
dude.
like you can do. I do feel like you can do competitive eating. I've seen you eat.
I could do competitive. I could do definitely speed runs, but when it comes to volume, like even my homegirl Raina, Raina is crazy.
Yeah, shout out Raina.
She is
We should get
crazy.
Raina on the show. Actually.
Oh my gosh.
Yo,
Yeah,
Raina,
yeah.
if you're watching or listening, we want to say we're fans of you.
Oh, yeah.
There's been many nights where we've partied till like 3, 4 in the morning.
With her in the background.
we end up at like your loft and we're watching the Raina eating videos.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the kind of nights we've
Imagine
had.
I got caught watching Raina video.
That's what I pictured. That Donna walked in on you,
mukbang?
watching a mukbang video. Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
I do feel like you have it in you.
Okay, well let's who do you
Oh my
vote
god,
for?
I watched a food influencer. I'm not gonna name his name.
Yeah.
He's one guy who eats out of his car.
Oh.
And I know there's a lot of people who do
Yeah, yeah,
this,
yeah,
but
yeah.
this one particular dude who eats out of his car is the grossest eater I've ever seen.
Are you serious?
He eats disgustingly. Like I can't. I looked on the comments to see if anyone else is noticing this atrocity.
Yeah.
And no, people seem to like it. It is absolutely sickening.
Is it an Asian dude?
I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna say, but I'll show you after because I
Yeah.
don't want to throw him under the bus. But he's the worst eater. We have a homegirl too who puts IG stories of her
my
eating that I
God.
cannot stand.
No.
That's the thing. What I hate, like these videos, people like watching because you like the way someone eats something.
Mm-hmm,
I do think there is a disgusting way of eating things too.
No, I agree. I agree.
It is disgusting. It's gross. I
But
don't
it's like
support
it's
it.
so weird. Like as we love seeing serene, beautiful scenes, people love gore and horror.
I guess
well.
they do, right? People watch
They
that
love
to
seeing-
see them eating disgustingly.
Eating disgustingly.
I don't know. There's certain people like I do like the way you eat.
Yeah, yeah,
I do
yeah.
think you eat really well. I like the way you assemble your punches.
Right.
'Cause while you are shoving food down your mouth, when you're picking at it, like your chopstick skills are elegant.
Yeah,
It's beautiful
There's
the
method
way
to
you-
my madness.
There's method to your
of
madness.
course, but some is just madness.
Oh, dipping their sauces like just half your chicken strip is going. Oh, it's
no.
gross.
Definitely, it does get crazy.
And I hate it. There's no knowledge behind it. There's no poetry.
All
There's
right.
no poetry.
Siskel and Ebert of fucking.
I will say
motherfuckers
most.
over here.
I think the car people.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna call them the car people. The car food influencers.
Nah.
Trash.
They're crazy.
There's no poetry.
They're crazy.
There's no poetry.
Imagine what that car smells like, my guy,
There's
dude.
a reason.
Yeah.
If they were killing it,
Yeah.
they wouldn't be in the Camry.
No,
You know what I mean?
Come on.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
There's genres of food influencers. The car people are like the Hills Have Eyes of food influencers. They're like the Hills Have Eyes of
Yeah,
food influencers.
yeah.
I'm gonna get shit for this because I know what's his name, Keith.
Keith Lee.
Keith Lee
No, but
is
it's-
but Keith Lee might be an exception,
Right.
Because he has his family in the car. He got family, but the solo dudes, there's a reason they don't got families, and in
Yeah,
that
yeah.
car, they're solo in that car.
The
Keith has a
vacuum
family.
ASMR sound definitely
Shout-
enhances it a little bit.
Shout out to Keith and the family, but if you're solo in the whip, there's a problem, bro. Ain't no one going in your car for a ride. No one's doing a drive-in movie theater situation with you.
Your take about how food influencers might be on the spectrum is wild,
I'm
bro.
telling you, I do think they're a little off. I mean, you're also, you know what I mean? So
Yeah, I mean, so do you know about this new trend where people just eating alone? Have you ever gone to a restaurant, had a little meal by yourself? And I'm
Yeah.
not talking about like a sandwich spot. I'm talking about a sit down.
No, rarely. I like eating with people.
You love eating with people.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm an exhibitionist. You know?
You like eating with
No,
people.
I like sharing a meal and talking. I don't know. I just solo wise, it doesn't feel right.
Right.
I think that's why a lot of people do the mukbang thing. It maybe feels like you're not eating alone. You know,
I guess. I have no idea. I think a lot of people.
you eat alone, right? You have, or do
Yeah. I mean, sometimes, to be honest with you, when you're at home and you just a quick Korean meal, eating alone's the best, bro. Eating alone, because for some reason, just, you know, like, I'm a feeder, so like I'm always taking care of other people. But when it's just you can make much noise as you want. You can be as messy as you want with no judgment. There's a freedom to that. I get it. But definitely, the other day we were talking about what you wanted to order for food, right? We were talking about you said it's either Jollibee or American barbecue.
I like taking polls in my group chat when I'm about to order some food on Postmates.
Right.
And I can't decide. So I did say that the other day. I said, I'm going to get Jollibee, or what was the other option?
It was just South American. I mean, just American barbecue.
American barbecue,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
ribs. So
And we were talking about how, as a solo meal, an American barbecue meal is a little crazy.
it's not
bro.
a solo meal.
Yeah,
You can't get a rack of ribs.
a
to
rack
yourself.
of ribs by yourself
Yeah.
is kind of wild. You know what I mean?
It's crazy.
The Jollibee hits, right? Did it?
I gotta say, their chicken is kind of impressive. I've had it. It
Yeah.
sounds like I've never had it. I've had Jollibees plenty of times.
You're saying it's comparable to the
It's
big
not
PK?
bad. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Jollibee chicken is pretty impressive.
Wow.
I think it's pretty impressive.
I always go for like their spaghetti, and it just kind of turned me off a little bit. Their sweet spaghetti was just a little too much
It's
for
not
me.
for everybody.
Yeah.
But I think the chicken itself, and you know
chicken
what I
itself?
like about that? I like that little spicy flag.
Yeah. The flag?
The flag. There's something that gets elevated about the fried chicken
I agree.
when you have a little flag
When you
that
have a little
declares
flag.
the spice level. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That flag just kind of goes crazy.
Anything extra like that, you know, it's just that service, it just elevates things for sure.
But I I've been watching all this food content, man. I'm not a fan of everyone
Non-poetic.
just a pointless food influencer. I
Yeah.
am not a fan of the pointless food influencer.
I mean, I'm going to be completely honest with you. If the video that I'm watching kind of irritates me, I will never go to that restaurant. Like, it is the complete opposite effect of what they want. You know what I'm saying? Like, you go there and you're eating like this. You don't seem like you're enjoying it. There's no rhyme or reason to what you're doing. It's like, nah.
And you know what thing about food influencers too, man? Because I know a couple in LA,
Mm-hmm.
and they get all the views because everyone loves food content. It's undefeated, right?
Yeah,
Everyone
yeah.
loves food content. A lot of these guys, they have tons of followers, 200K, 500K, a million, and they act like fucking rock stars.
Jesus, are you kidding
You
me,
just
dude?
dip chicken tenders in your car, fam. Like, chill.
Yeah.
I do. If you're doing something, contributing something different to
Yeah.
the internet,
Yeah.
that's why I really do appreciate what you do.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
truly
yeah.
think you are
It's a little
poetry.
side quest. It's a side quest.
Your poetry,
Uh-huh.
like I do. I compare you to a Bourdain in a way.
I appreciate
You
you.
know, I'm not saying you
Yeah.
are. Bourdain's great, but I'm
Yeah,
saying
yeah, yeah.
you do what kind of he does.
Right.
You spit poetry.
Yeah.
You know.
I make it a little literary. You know
I
what
just
mean?
don't like the pointless food influencer. I am not a fan of the pointless food influencer. Alex, I see you grinning. What are your thoughts here?
Yeah, so one of my favorite food influences right now, it's all about like bite size. So it's a really short video, but it's like, say he's got a banh mi, right? This big. He's just like, over, under 3.5 bites. And you're like, there's no way he can hit the under on that.
I like
But then
that.
he just like it's crazy. The bites, it's really, like just gorging, and there's like a sin. One of the 7 sins
Gluttony.
is gluttony, right? It's very gluttonous.
Yeah.
But
No, but
yeah,
I like that.
it's-
See,
yeah.
he has a formula right there.
A formula.
The formula.
Format.
So
He
like
has a
as soon
format,
as
yeah.
the format, as soon as the video starts, do you think I could do this or not? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then in that moment, there's still a reason. Like I enjoy stuff like that. That's fine. But you're right. There's a lot of videos where it's just like these guys, they think they're cooler than they are. They think they're more professional than they are, and they're not even really doing much, man.
But
I get
that's
it.
why I think they're a little bit on the. And they're on. It's just not. It's a little off.
Yeah.
A little off.
No, I
know?
hear you. I hear you.
But I think everyone has to be a little off to be some sort of content.
I was gonna
creating-
say you're
creative. I'm a little
we're,
off.
We're a lot off. We're a lot off.
We're a lot
We're a lot
for
off.
sure.
Man.
For
Yeah.
sure. With that said, should we wrap things up or
That
what?
was great, man.
That was pretty good, right?
Yeah,
I hope
that
I
was
didn't get
good.
canceled. I always get canceled about my food takes.
Yeah, dude.
And that's
so unnecessary.
like get me for some other stuff, some racism, sexism. But when you get hit for bad food takes,
yeah.
it's crazy.
You got eat-tude.
I got eat-tude.
That's what happened,
That's
bro.
wow. That was great. I think it's a bad thing to get canceled for because I want to be able to step into restaurants. Imagine getting banned from restaurants.
Yeah,
And it sucks because I'm gonna keep watching food content.
exactly. I knew you have love for him, bro.
I don't have I think I love to hate it. I love to hate it or something. It's just like, why does this person exist?
Yeah.
You know, we don't need this. We don't need this. I mean, I'm sure people say that about this podcast, dude. They're like, we
Nah,
don't need
man.
this, you know?
Do what you're doing. All the food creators out there, we love you, man. Just keep doing
Do
what
we?
you do. Yeah, man, bro. Let them do what they do. They're just killing themselves, man. They're not hurting anyone else.
Yeah. Oh my God. There's a couple of car guys. There's a couple
I know
of car
exactly who you're
dudes.
talking about. Like the ones that like they stick their tongue out a little longer than they need to. You know what I
And
mean?
they're dipping the
They're-
sauce is like extra. Like no one's dips their sauces like
Yeah.
that. Stop lying.
Yeah. They drink out of the cup. I've seen it.
Oh
I've
my
seen it. It gets
gosh.
wild, dude.
All right. We're gonna wrap it up. Shout out to the food influencers. Rick, anything coming up, man?
No.
Is there more
just-
food content, man? Can we see some more food
Yeah.
stuff?
I have a lot of food content. I'm going back to the daily drop starting next week. Just, I'm working on a few projects right now that I can't really talk about, but just getting back to the music and just behind the scenes stuff. But Bob Ross coming back for sure.
I'm excited, man.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
excited. Look out for that Bob Ross. Go check out our merch at dumbfounded.com. Get yourself one of these jerseys. Otani is killing right now.
Fire.
40 for 40. He's headed for the 50 for 50. Do I sound like a sports guy right now? Do I sound like
then up to 60
how do
to
I
60
sound?
and then what?
Have you been watching Otani's journey?
Yeah. Otani, obviously, is generational, once in a generation type player. I did get to see him play back when he was with Anaheim. So I did get to see him in person. Haven't been to the ballpark this year, so maybe as the season's winding down, we'll find our way out
Well,
there.
you sound like a baseball announcer. So.
Well,
Well, right across the right field, and here it comes. Oh, it's just made it into the line. All right.
And it's a wrap, folks.
All right. Well, get that jersey, Koreatown jerseys. It's a great stocking stuffer for the holidays. Make sure you cop that. Shout out to Alex. Is there anything on your end that you want to plug? I got to give Alex an opportunity to
Yeah,
plug because he's been joining
absolutely.
in on the pod.
I actually have one more influencer take that I've been noticing. It's
Okay.
actually with fashion influencers. And, hopefully it's not just the algorithm, right? But I'm just noticing in fashion influencing, the first thing that they do is basically, instead of putting on clothes, they just take off all their clothes. And so in that split second, it's kind of like Beatty, right? But they're down to their, underwear, and then they get dressed. And I just noticed that that's a trend, and I'm wondering, like,
Like, what do you mean? Like, sex sells? That little brief nudity right
it's
there?
just it's like that's
course
like
it's part of
the
it.
yeah.
I mean, guys,
definitely
if
part of
foodies
it.
are gonna include the egg yolk pop, there's gonna be nudity in
If you got
outfit.
that body, you think people will like it, you're probably showing it. You
Yeah,
know? But
absolutely.
You know why you don't see like morphed weird bodies doing it? Because they're
They
not
don't
proud of their
got it.
bodies.
Exactly.
But I will say I am a fan of the man on the street fashion
yeah.
content.
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
it. I just like seeing it's like a video vision, a vision board of like fashion and style.
I go even deeper than that. I like the style and the fashion that they show, but I also like the reaction of the person that was stopped. Like, oh, I look good. Huh? Like, like that joy that they feel. Like, oh yeah, you think I
That's
look
true.
good? Huh? It's a good human moment.
Yeah, because they're putting the outfits together for a reason.
Yeah.
To be, get a little.
Some motherfuckers
Something.
layer up a little too much. Though.
I don't remember the
It's-
last time I got a compliment on my outfit.
Come
you know?
on.
Yeah, Alex, do you ever get any? Alex gets a lot of comments about his outfit. Not always good, but still, like you're getting comments, which is, I think, the most important thing is to get a reaction.
Yeah, the number one piece is I had this trucker hat that says like, "This actually is my first rodeo," and that just killed across the world. Like, it just like everywhere I go, someone's like, "Oh man, like that hat's so funny." Like that's just one of those pieces.
What is that hat from? Is that from the movie A League of Their Own? Like, what is that hat right there? That's
It was a Instagram ad that they got me, and I was like, you know what, for $15, I need a new black hat, and just grabbed it, and that's
okay. We're gonna cut out this whole fashion part. I think. Yeah, we're gonna cut out your whole take.
All right.
Yeah. But anyways, thank you guys, everybody. Tune in next week for another episode of Fun with Dumb, y'all. Peace.
Thank you.